Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. This is Sadia Shams with you, and today we are taking your class of 6 and the subject is English Grammar and Composition, and we will read today Unit 9. So hope all of you are doing very well by the grace of Almighty Allah. I think all of you are missing your classroom because you are far away from your classroom for a long time. But thanks to our government that he has brought your classroom to your home in this COVID-19 pandemic. So dear students, what can you guess from this picture? What we are going to learn today? Can you describe please? Can you guess something? Yes, you are right. We are going to read today how to write email. What is email and how we can write it. In our previous class, we have already know about letter and how to write a formal letter, informal letter. And in this class, we will read how to write a email. So before discussing about email, you need to know what you will come to learn after this class. You will have a clear idea about email and its importance, able to write a formal and informal email correctly, then asking and replying someone by writing email. So, dear students, what is actually email called? Email is short form of electronic mail. So this email, E, stands for electronic, and it is a means of sending message or convey our ideas with others, just like letters. Nowadays, communications are conducted among business firms, organizations, and companies mostly via emails. It is sent through the internet in an instant. So the basic difference of email and the letter is we can send email in an instant. But for letters, we need to keep our patience because there is so many procedures to post it. So why it is important? Why email is important in today's world? Email is important because it creates a fast, reliable form of communication that is free and easily accessible. It can organize your daily correspondence, send and receive electronic message from others. No other form of written communication is as fast as email. So, these email play a great role to easy communication. For that reason, our business firms, our authorities, or so many organizations communication to each other by writing email or sending email. Now the purpose of email. Why we write the email? When we need to seek any information to others, or if you want to give any information to others, then we write to need an email. After that, if we want to thank anyone, then if you want to invite any person in an occasion or any meeting, then you can easily give your invitation via email. Then accepting or declining a request or an invitation. If you do not want to go this invitation, then you also can decline the invitation by sending an email. Then personal and social reasons. In our life, there are many personal reasons we want to share with others, with our friends, with our relatives, then we need to write email. And in our social life, there is also so many misdoing happens which we can share with our friends, then we need to send them emails. Such as in this COVID-19 outbreak, we need to share our ideas with our friends or dear ones by writing or sending an email in an instant. So when we write to an email, then we must have the email ID if we want to send it via mobile phone or computer or laptop. So for email ID, you need to follow this criteria. An email ID should have at least 6 characters. Character denotes letters, numbers, punctuation marks, or the combination of the item. Such as, I am telling you an email ID, johir018@gmail.com. So here, johir018. Okay, so you can use the numbers also in an email. Then don't use any capital letters or space in an email ID. So in your email ID, you cannot use any space. Then comes to the classification of email. Like letter, the email is also 2 parts. One is formal email and another one is informal email. So like letters, the email has 2 parts. So what is formal email and what is informal email? The email written for any government, department, school authority, company or any officers are the formal email. An email for casual email usually goes to a person we know well, such as friends and family members. So in formal email, we can send to our senior persons, our respected persons. But the informal emails which we send to our relatives and dear ones. Now comes to the structure of an email. An email has 2 parts. The first one is header and another part is body. In header, you need to write sender's email ID, receiver's email ID, date and time, and subject. And in body part, you need to write down the message elaborately, and last, you need to put the closing. So, when you write email, there is a header and another one is called body. So, header, we need to follow these. We called sender's email ID, receiver's email ID, date and time, and subject. And in body, we write down the message and the closing part. When you write email, certain things we need to keep in mind. In a formal email, we need to identify myself clearly. Write a meaningful subject line, then prioritize the information in order of importance. Keep the message precise and readable. Give special attention to the line spacing, intending, and use of punctuation marks. So when you write formal emails, we need to follow this criteria. First, the thing is, I need to identify myself clearly. And the subject line should be meaningful. And prioritize the information in order of importance. So which informations you are given in your letter or email, then you need to prioritize the information in order of importance. Then don'ts. Don't write hello or hi as your subject, because an email subject is very necessary, very essential to catch your reader's attention. So don't write hello or hi as your subject. Don't give irrelevant issues. And don't use unusual short forms or acronyms as they may hamper understanding. When you write email in your answer script, in your school or in your classroom, in your copy, then you need to draw a margin. Then it is usually acceptable to be 10% above or below the word limit. Suppose there is an instruction, write not more than 200 words. That time you should not exceed 200 words. But if you have a word limit, write 200 words. Then you can write this above 10% or below 10%. Here is the essential elements of a formal email. The first one is sender's address. In sender's address, you need to write down the sender's email ID. And the second one is receiver's address. So, in receiver's address, you need to write down the receiver's email ID. Then, date. These three things is already written by the software when you use any software to send an email. Then the subject line. The subject line should be short, specific, simple and to the point, important and informative. If the subject line is misleading or missing, the message may even be sent to spam. So when you write an email in your phone or a laptop or computer, then must write the subject, because if you don't write the subject, then the email can go to the spam. Then salutation. It's always used in both formal and informal emails. Never use a nickname in formal email. Use dear sir or madam. When you don't know a person's name or title, you can use to whom it may concern. Then comes to the body part. The body contains details information. It elaborates on the purposes of the mail. And at last, you need to give a closing. The most common way to close a formal email is with the words sincerely. Use full name if you're writing to someone for the first time. So when you write formal emails, then you need to follow these elements very carefully. So first you need to write down the sender's email ID, then receiver's email ID, then date and time, then subject line, and after that salutation, and in the body you can elaborately discuss the subject here, and at last the closing part. This is an format of an email. So see this, here the writer write the sender's email ID at first, then the two, you need to write down the receiver's email ID and date, then the subject, then the salutation and the body part. And at closing, you need to write down sincerely. So now comes to the examples of the email. This email is from your book, page number 54. Write an email to the British Council to send you information about Young Learners English course. From beauty_123@yahoo.com to bd.inquiries@britishcouncil.org. Sent Monday, 8 June 2020, 10:30 a.m. Then subject is request for information regarding Young Learners English course. So this subject is regarding the question. Write an email to the British Council to send you information about Young Learners English course. So you are writing the subject here, request for information regarding Young Learners English course. So dear sir or madam, I am a grade 6 student of Rajshahi University School. I have come to know that the British Council is offering English language learning courses for young learners. I am also interested in this course, but I need to know about the course first. It would be really great if I know the duration of the course and classes, frequency of the classes, course fees, and next enrollment dates. So in this body, the senders elaborately describe the subject. then I would really appreciate if you please send me an email or letter answering my queries. With best regards, Umme Habiba Beauty, email of the Guardian. You can also write another's email here. So here Umme Habiba Beauty are using his mom's email, nurjahan.momtaz@gmail.com. Here is another email. So you need to write down the header first, from, to, sent and subject, and then give a proper salutation, dear sir, and the body is, I am writing on behalf of the students of our locality. Often we can see the stories of Math Olympiad or Physics Olympiad at the national dailies. Since they take place in big cities, we do not get opportunities to attend. Sometimes we simply do not know about the programs. Therefore, the students of this area request you to arrange a Math Olympiad in this area on a weekend. This would give us the chance to take part in the competition locally. I will be waiting for your responses. So this email is written about Math Olympiad, and here this email is written by Nahia Yasmin. Now, dear students, what you have learned from this class? I think all of you are now able to write an email via mobile or telephone or computer, or you can write email in your answer script in your classroom very nicely. So dear students, remember this, you need to write down the sender's email ID first, then you need to write down the receiver's email ID, then date, then the subject, then the salutation, then the body part, and obviously the name of the person who are sending this email. So it's time to get your homework. So write down, everyone. Write an email to your friend about COVID-19 outbreak. This is an informal email and you need to write it down. When your school is open, you will show your teacher this email. And write an email to the manager of a travel agency cancelling a ticket that you had bought last week. So you bought a ticket in last week. Thanks for staying with me, dear students. If you have any queries regarding this class, or if you have any comments regarding this class, you need to go to our Facebook page, or you can visit our YouTube channel if you want to see this class, or you can also send us email. So hope all of you will maintain the rules of government, keep yourself neat and clean. Thank you and stay with us.